We are going to start today laying down on our backs. I'm going to give you the option to come into Supta Baddha Konasana, so feet together, legs out wide. It might also feel nice for you to pop the bolster underneath your knees, giving you a little bit of extra support in your lower back. For anyone watching this on the video today, I've got some bolsters. You might have some pillows. And for everyone here in the room, you will notice a blanket. This is for comfort later, definitely not for temperature control tonight. So as we come to arrive here on our mats, let's drop into our natural breath. Giving yourself a few rounds of this breath to shift, to change, to tend to anything that needs tending to. Hello. Come on in. And then gradually, slowly, give yourself permission to find stillness. Giving yourself permission to melt and ease into your mat. And to begin to slow the breath. And in turn, slow the mind. Starting to feel the weight of your body being cradled by gravity against your mat. Tuning into any sensations that are around you. That might be air temperature, it might be sounds, a sense of clothing against your skin. And use these physical presence to start to anchor you to this moment. Breath by breath, letting go of everything that was, everything that is to come. And landing here and now as we prepare for the practice of yoga. Beginning to deepen the breath, drawing oxygen deep into the belly, slowly and mindfully exhaling. And as we connect to this time and this space, I'd like to acknowledge traditional custodians of the land on which we practice. And I also give my thanks and my gratitude to the lineage and the teachers who have brought us this practice of yoga today. As you breathe, I invite you to scan through your body. Feel what is happening for you this evening. Feel where your mind and body are at right now. We are in a very hectic, chaotic, turbulent season where transitions are happening. There might be a sense of pressure to have things finished, or maybe a sense of excitement and buzz at the new things to begin. So now more than ever, it is important to be gentle and kind with ourselves. This evening in our flow, there will be some challenging elements before we arrive at the yin phase. And we are working a little into the hips, into spaces where emotion can be stored. So I invite you to practice self-kindness. If you need to rest at any point, give yourself the gift of rest. If you feel called to move and take some of the more challenging modifications, then give yourself that gift as well, but only if it serves you. This moment, this practice is all for you. So we take a few more breaths here. Allow that idea to settle, or anything that that idea provokes to settle as well. So we begin to prepare for our yin-yang practice. Let's take a slow, steady, deep breath in and a long, purposeful exhale. As you are ready, start to invite movement into your body. Movement that feels good for you. Almost like waking up for the first time. You might wriggle the body, you might roll, you might stretch, you might curl up. Feeling exactly what is needed here. In your own time, we're all going to come to meet in a seated position, arriving there however you like. If you'd like a prop underneath your sit bones, such as a block, you are welcome to. And I am going to give the option to come into a bound ankle pose. So bringing the feet together, letting the knees drop out wide. If this is not comfortable for you, cross-legged is very all right. Let's ground down through the sit bones, and as we inhale, lengthen up nice and high through the spine. Let the shoulders roll back and down the length of your back. Taking a big inhale here. Exhale, hands come down either side of the body. Inhale, let's reach the hands up nice and high. Let them kiss at the top. And exhale, drawing down through heart center. Inhale, stretching up nice and high. Pausing here at the top. We're going to take our right hand down to the mat and let our left hand drop over. Anchoring that left hip down so you can feel a nice long line of energy through the side body. Inhale here. Exhale, let's draw back up through center, nice big stretch. And then taking it the other way. Dropping the left hand down, anchoring through the right hip, feeling the side body lengthen and open. Inhale, let's draw up. pausing here, and as we exhale, we're going to take our left hand over to our right thigh. Our right hand's going to gently come behind us. You do not need to force this twist. Simply place the hands, inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, allow your body to naturally melt into the twist as you have positioned yourself. Inhale in here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, let's draw back through center. Take those arms nice and high. And exhale, coming the other way. Again, there's no need to force or to pull the body. Just allow things to fall into place. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, feel the body melt into this twist you have prepared for it. Inhale. And exhale, drawing up through center. Nice big stretch here at the top. And bringing the hands down either side of the body. If you are in your bound ango pose, just cross the legs and we're all going to roll forward and meet in a 4-point kneeling. Moving any props aside, taking time to set yourself up. We're going to take a few rounds of cat-cow here. Letting the wrists rest directly below the shoulders, knees below hips. Drop the belly, lift the chest. Let's draw the shoulder blades together. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone, scoop the belly, rounding through the spine. Let the nose draw under, almost toward your chest. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. And exhale, scoop and round. We're going to be here for a few rounds of breath, so I invite you to drop into a variation of this that feels good for you. You might like to bring your hands a little wider or further forward. You might like to wiggle the hips. Perhaps you might even just like to rest in child's pose for a few rounds of breath. Take this opportunity to really take stock of what being kind to yourself in this practice this evening will involve. Moving through the spine, releasing any little nooks and crannies that need some release. And then eventually, let's find our way into stillness. Finding that 4-point kneeling position. Let the palms sink down, spread the fingers nice and wide. Feeling the support of the earth here. We tuck our toes. And let's send our hips high to find our very first downward facing dog of the class. Once again, taking the opportunity to pedal the feet out, to move the body as you need to move it. But then giving yourself permission to be still. Feeling the palms dropping down into the earth, that energy drawing up into the shoulders. Giving the head a shake, yes and no. A generous bend in your knees to allow your tailbone to shoot nice and high towards the sky. And then when you feel this length from palms up to your tailbone, then we begin to straighten through the legs. Maybe draw the heels down. But again, being kind, your heels do not need to touch the earth. They just need to stretch in a way that serves you. Let's take 2 slow breaths here. Slowing everything down as you arrive. We're going to look up between our hands. Bend the knees quite generously and then tiptoe our feet all the way to the top of the mat. Let's move through the spine a little bit more. Feel the feet sinking down into the earth. We straighten through the legs. Feel the energy in the hips. Scoop the belly. And we're going to roll ourselves up vertebra by vertebra. Let the head come up very last. Roll the shoulders back and down. Let's rise the hands up towards the sky. Give yourself a full body stretch. If you'd like, you can come up onto your tiptoes. Make this a really lovely movement. Be kind in those wobbles. And then as you exhale, let's swan dive forward. Bring the hands to the earth, Uttanasana. We'll do that one more time. Ground the feet. Lengthen the legs, scoop the belly, roll each vertebra up. Head comes up last, hands reach nice and high towards the side. Reaching, give yourself a stretch, maybe up on your tippy toes. And then ground the heels, scoop, swan dive forward, Uttanasana. Let's hang here in our forward fold. Knees can be bent as generously as you like. Give the head a shake. Let the gaze fall between the thighs. You might like to take opposite hand, opposite elbow. Give yourself a little sway side to side. Feeling the strength of your hips create support so that your spine can be soft and heavy. One more inhale. And exhale, let's plant the hands down to the earth. And we step back to a downward facing dog. We're going to prepare to move into our yang flow now. Breathing here, just a moment. Let's take our right leg up nice and high towards the sky. We're thinking about rotating our pinky toe down so that our hips stay nice and level with the earth. And then from here, raising up nice and high on the left tippy toes, drawing forward, think plank motion, and bring your knee underneath your chest towards your nose. And then we step our right foot forward in between our hands, supporting that leg up as much as you need to find this position. Let's rise our hands up towards the sky, crescent lunge. Your back heel is lifted, your back knee is gently bent. Drawing your front hip into its socket, rise and open, pause here. And then we're going to ground our left heel down and open our hands to warrior two, facing towards the white wall. Let's think about rotating our front leg out a little. So you want to be able to see the inside of your foot past the inside of your knee. And let's see if we can come just a touch deeper into that lunge. I know I said we're being kind to ourselves, but the challenge is there. Let's flip our front palm, take it high towards the sky. And then we're going to bring our front elbow down to our front knee. Take your other hand up towards the sky. Side angle pose. Belly tucks under. Now you will have the option here to bring your hand down towards the floor or down towards a block. If you feel that the block is something that you would like to use during your practice, now's your opportunity to start playing with what you would like. You can stay up on your knee. You do not need to come down. Remember, kindness. Let's reach our left arm all the way to the front of the room. Think a nice big long side stretch here. Inhale. And exhale, we're going to cartwheel our top hand down to the earth. Bringing both hands on the inside of your foot. Lower your back knee. Lizard lunge. Walk your front foot out just a little, give yourself some space. Let's lift up nice and high through the chest. And then we're going to let ourselves fold down. Now that might mean you stay up on your hands. You might like a block to bring your elbows down. It might also serve you to come out onto the long edge of your front foot, so rolling out. Take it slow in this first round. Yep. How are we doing here? Yep. You don't have to come all the way down. You can also pop those blocks up like that if you'd like to. We've got a wrist injury. Is that no? Yeah, you're okay? Yeah. Nice. Let's take a couple of rounds of breath here. Let the hips gently open. Take it easy. Here you go. Pop a couple of blocks here for you. Pop your hands there. And then bring this foot a little bit further forward. Nice. I know this is a little bit tense. We're warming into the hips. One last inhale. And as you exhale, slowly lift yourself up onto your hands. We're going to step our front foot back to find our downward facing dog again. Walk the hands towards the back of your mat. And let's toe heel our feet nice and wide. So the toes are pointing out, maybe as wide as your mat or wider. From here, we're going to lower our hips down. We're finding Malasana. Options for Malasana. You can take a block and you can 100% sit on that. Malasana is not for everybody. This is a deep yogi squat. If you're finding your heels are lifting a little, roll your mat. Pop them under here. Hands will come on the inside of your thighs, gently pressing them open. This is a deep squat. If you need to come up a little bit higher, let yourself come up higher. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Let's bring the left hand down to the earth. Let your arm press lightly against your left leg, and your right arm is going to reach high towards the sky. Nice. Inhale here. Exhale, bringing that hand back down to the mat. Lift the hips high. Toe heel the feet back through center. And walking forward, downward facing dog. We're going to do everything on the other side. Left leg is going to come high towards the sky. Again, pinky toe is rotating down slightly so your hips are even. Come up nice and high onto your right tippy toes. And then draw your left knee under your chest, wave forward to a plank motion as we step our left foot in between our hands. Support those legs up if you need to. Inhale, we rise. Crescent lunge. Exhale, plant your back heel. Cartwheel to warrior two, facing towards the colored wall. Again, checking your alignment here. First time in warrior two this evening. Give yourself a moment to settle and adjust. Flip your front palm, take it high to the sky. And then exhale, bringing your left elbow down to your front knee, right hand to the sky. Pausing to find your depth on this side. You may stay up on your elbow. You may decide to come down to a block or bring that hand down to the floor. You might have been able to do one last week and it's not available for you today, and that's totally fine. Let yourself be exactly as you are today. Let's take that top hand, reach it towards the front of the room. Big, long side stretch. And then we cartwheel that right hand down to the earth. Both hands are landing on the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot out slightly. Lift through the chest. And exhale, we're either coming down maybe onto a block, maybe onto our elbows, or maybe you would like to roll that leg out a little. Let yourself sink into those hips. We'll take a few breaths here. Easing yourself into these sensations. One more inhale. Exhale, gently rising up, planting that foot. Hands to the earth, and we'll step our left foot back to find downward facing dog. Hands walk to the back of the mat. Toe heel the feet out nice and wide. As we sink our hips down to find Malasana, yogic squat. Elbows on the inside of your thighs, press your palms together, lift the chest, taking any supports and adjustments you might need. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand to the earth, gently pressing the right hand against your leg, left arm reaches up nice and high. Let's bring that hand back down to the earth. Lifting the hips, toe heel the feet back in. Walking the hands forward, downward facing dog. We're going to take that flow again. There'll be a couple of modifications. Remembering to listen to your body. Let's begin. Inhale, lift the right leg high towards the sky. Exhale, drawing the knee towards the nose, stepping the right foot up between the hands. Hands rise to crescent lunge. And opening to warrior two. Flip your front palm, take it high. Exhale, elbow to knee. Maybe that hand comes to the floor or to a block. We're going to take this top arm and we're going to make a big circle, point towards the back of the mat, swing it around and draw it back up. Once more like that, swing, big round motion through those arms, draw it up. And then cartwheel that left hand down to the inside of your right foot. Walk the right foot out slightly, lower the left knee. Lizard lunge. We'll be here for about 3 breaths. Take your variation. After your next exhale, rising up, we're going to bring our right hand onto our right knee and gently press that right hand, look over your shoulder, inviting a twist. Maybe roll out a little onto that long edge of the foot. Drawing back through center, stepping the right foot back, downward facing dog. Hands walk to the back of your mat. Toe heel the feet out nice and wide. Lowering Malasana. Left hand to the earth. Right hand to the sky. Maybe this time you take a half bind, bringing your right hand behind your back. You might reach it towards the hip crease. You might find that hand towards the sky is what serves you today. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Rising the hips up, toe heel the feet in. Walking forward, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Left leg high to the sky. Exhale, curling it forward, stepping up between the hands. Rising up, crescent lunge. Exhale, opening, warrior two. Flip your front palm, take it high. Exhale, front elbow to front knee, reach that hand up. Get yourself set up. Maybe bringing your hand down to a block. Let's add in those arm circles, reaching your top arm around, back and up. Once more, around, back and up. Big stretch here. Cartwheel that hand down, both hands on the inside of your left foot. Toe heel that feet out. Lower your right knee, lizard lunge. Inhale, lengthen, lift the chest. And exhale, lowering to your level. Reminder, even resting here in child's pose is an option. Check to see what your body and mind need right now. Inhale. Exhale, let's press up. Left hand to left knee, gently gazing over that left shoulder, maybe rolling out on the long edge of your foot. Drawing back through center. Hands to the earth and we step back, downward facing dog. Hands walking all the way to the back of your mat. Toe heel the feet out nice and wide. Lowering down, settling into your malasana. Right hand to the earth, left hand to the sky. Maybe taking that half bind. Checking in, what does your body need? Inhale. Exhale, bringing that hand high to the sky, cartwheeling down to the earth. Hips come high, toe heel the feet in. Walking all the way forward, downward facing dog. We're doing one more round on each side. Let's pick up the pace just a little this time. Let's lift the right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping it forward. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, warrior two. Flip the front palm, take it high. Exhale, side angle, elbow to knee or hand to floor. Taking 3 rounds of circles, stretching that arm back, up and around. 2 more. Last one. Drawing it up. Cartwheel the hand down to the earth, both hands on the inside of your right foot. Left knee lowers down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, just one breath here in your lizard. Inhale, rising up. Right hand to right knee, looking over the shoulder. Inhale, coming back through center. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Walking the hands back. Feet come wide. Lowering the hips down, malasana. Left hand to the earth, right hand to the sky. Maybe right hand comes around behind your hip. Maybe, only if it is available, your left hand comes around that knee to a bind. This is just a suggestion. It is not necessary. Inhale, taking that hand high towards the sky and down to the earth. Rising the hips up, toe heel the feet in. And we walk forward, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. One more round, left leg high to the sky. Exhale, tuck that knee in, step in forward. Inhale to rise. Exhale, opening warrior two. Flip your front palm, take it high to the sky. Exhale, side angle, elbow to knee or hand to block. 3 rounds of that circle this time. Hand points around, back and behind, draw it up, around, and up. Last one, and up. Cartwheel that right hand down inside of your left foot. Lower the right knee. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, 1 round of breath in your lizard lunge. Inhale, waving up. Left hand to left knee, let's look over that shoulder. And then drawing back through center, ground the hands. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Walking the hands all the way back. Stepping the feet nice and wide. Sinking down to find your malasana. Hands to heart. Let's ground the right arm, left arm up to the sky. Maybe bring that hand around behind you for a half bind. If it is available, you might like to take a full bind. It is just a suggestion for those who have that as part of their practice. Inhale. And exhale. Gently unravel, unwind. Bring your hands back to the mat. Toe heel the feet in, lifting the hips up nice and high. Let's stay here in our forward fold. Let the head hang for a moment. Bend and straighten the knees a few times. A little scoop in the belly will give strength in the hips so that your spine can again cascade. Maybe opposite hand, opposite elbow, swaying a bit side to side. And feeling any changes that may have happened during our practice. Or maybe you don't feel much change. Both is okay. Bring the hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. And exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Walking the hands forward, downward facing dog. Then we're all going to gently wave to plank. We're not holding here. Let your knees drop to the earth. And then pretend vertebra by vertebra, you are softly letting your whole body land down on the mat. Rest your head down. You might like to give the legs a little sway side to side. We're going to take a short back bend before we move into our yin this evening. So let's bring our hands down either side of our body, palms facing down. Tops of the feet are grounded. Feel your belly gently lifting off the mat. There's engagement in your abdominals here. Keep the tops of the feet planted. This first round, we're just going to lightly press our hands down and then lift the shoulders and the head up. Draw the shoulder blades together. You are not lifting from your hands. You might even just be able to hover them 5 millimeters off the mat. And then exhale, low down. Let one cheek rest to the side. We're going to take a second round with a little bit more energy here. Recenter. Energy through the legs, lift the kneecaps, a little bit of a squeeze in the glutes, belly draws up. And as you exhale, we're going to lift the shoulders. This time, hover the hands up and see if you can hover the legs a little as well. Locust pose. And lower down. Rest the cheek to the other side. We're going to take one more round. We are going to hold this. If you would prefer a child's pose or just to lay here on your belly in crocodile, very much an option for you. Inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, let's lift the arms and legs. Draw the shoulder blades together. Roll the shoulders back. Feeling as if your fingers and toes are trying to reach the back of the room. Gaze is forward. Inhale. And exhale. Let yourself melt down, nice and heavy. Resting one cheek to the side. Pause with this flat back for just a moment. And then we're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders and draw back to a child's pose. Your knees can be together to give a nice rounding through the spine, but if that is not comfortable for you, knees wide. And we're going to start preparing to move into our yin practice. Now I have provided a blanket here for everybody. If you'd like, you can pop that just across the middle of your mat. This is a softening for your knees. You might not want it. I just find that I like a little bit of gentleness under my knees. This evening, our yin practice is going to be a half frog pose. So for this pose, we're going to come to lay on our bellies. Your head can just be supported on your hands. And we're going to bring our right leg, I'm going to stand so you can see. Right leg's going to come out and wide. Your left leg's going to be nice and long. And you're just going to rest down. Now you've all got the little shoulder, these pillows here if you want something underneath your head. If you want any other supports or comforts, I'm coming around to check in with you. Make sure your knee feels comfortable. You can bring this knee a little bit. Is that too high for you? You can bring the knee a bit further back if you'd like, or are you comfortable here?
It was just my pants digging into.
Oh, all right. Do you want the blanket underneath your knee? That might help a little. Yeah, nice. Yeah, we'll bring that. You right? Yep. Yeah, I'll bring that under here. There you go. Still, don't be. Yeah, just a bit more comfort. Now, as I said, we're working into hips. We could have gone with something a little bit more intense or deep, like pigeon pose. But instead tonight, we're bringing in a sense of softness. A gentle opening through that hip while your body is able to melt down and be supported by gravity. Taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let the body go. Let the shoulders melt down towards the floor. Let your neck and head rest. Let go of gripping in the eyebrows, in the jaw. We allow ourselves this space of rest. Working into these areas of the hips and opening without strain. It can be done. We'll be here for another 3 minutes. Take in your final 3 long, deep breaths. Try not to rush for the end, but instead using these breaths as a way to support your transition. Make them succulent. And after your third breath, no one else's, gently press through the arms and take that right leg long, letting yourself simply lay on your belly. You might like to windscreen wiper the legs, so bend them and swing them side to side. Letting yourself start to prepare for the same thing on the other side. Your left leg will come out. Checking any supports you might need, and also acknowledging that this side may feel different. Not only because our bodies are not symmetrical, but also because you've had time to release on one side. And this side also requires you to give it time and patience to release. Tend to anything that needs tending to, and then allow yourself to be still. Deep inhale. Exhale, melt it down. Let go of all holding and gripping. Let the body be washed with peace and calm. Be here for another 3 minutes. Again, we take those final 3 slow, deep breaths. There is no need to rush or hurry. We'll all come to the place we need to be as and when we do. And after your final breath, gently moving, extending the leg out long. Perhaps giving yourself a windscreen wiper. We're going to be moving towards Shavasana. You're welcome to take your Shavasana here on your belly in crocodile pose if you'd like. Or otherwise, you'll simply flip onto your back. You're welcome to place a bolster under your knees, add anything you need for support. Here in the studio, you have some eye pillows available too. Once you feel settled, take a deep inhale and exhale. Release any last gripping or holding. Giving yourself this kindness and this gift to be completely and fully relaxed. As we absorb all of the effects of our practice tonight. Shavasana. without moving or changing anything. Start to feel yourself in this space, in this room. Let sensations from the world around you start to enter your awareness. And feel that gentle rise and fall of your chest. Begin to deepen the breath. Letting this be the first signs of movement and returning back to this room. And then, as if waking for the very first time, just like we did at the start of the class, begin to invite movement into your body. Stretching, curling, rolling, expanding, contracting. Letting this movement come to you as and when it needs. In your own time, we're going to roll to one side and find your way up to a comfortable seat. There is no rush. As you arrive in your seat, your hands can be placed anywhere they're comfortable, on your thighs, on your heart, or maybe at heart center in Anjali Mudra. We sink down through our tailbone and inhale to lift high through the spine. And as we exhale, gently bowing our heads towards our heart. And we pause for a moment to give thanks to ourselves. Take this time to thank yourself for carving out space to be exactly as you are and meet your needs, especially during this time of year. You have given yourself a gift. So be grateful and proud of what you have done this evening. It's been my pleasure to share this practice with each of you. And my thanks and gratitude to every one of you for choosing to share your practice today with me. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.